Joining us now in the studio, a couple folks from the Worcester Credit Union here. Lucas and Justin are here, and they have been working and helping us put food into the Woo fridges. If you don't know what those are, there's 4 fridges in the city of Worcester, and they're there for people who need food assistance at any time. And it's instant assistance. It's food, it's beverages, it's dry goods, it's refrigerated stuff, it's fresh produce and stuff like that. So the Worcester Credit Union has been kind enough to donate money to help us keep those fridges full. And first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for that. It's an issue that's close to my heart, food insecurity. Nobody should be hungry anywhere. And so we appreciate that. And you guys are actually there's a Woo fridge near the Worcester Credit Union on West Boylston Street, right?
There it is, right across the street. And good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning. Yeah, oh, sure. Yeah, thanks for coming. Sorry, I was jumping right into it here. But, yeah, there's one near on West Boylston Street where you guys are.
It is. It's off of West Boylston Street, right under the bridge. We're over next to, Papa Gino's and Smitty's Tavern and all that stuff.
Smitty's,
So
yes.
if you go under the bridge and take a right, it's right there. We believe very strongly in, trying to do whatever we can as a credit union to support our communities. And it's an important cause. There's people out there, homelessness is up, food insecurity is up. Everything is up these days, it feels like. So anything we can do to be a part of that solution, that's what we do.
And some folks don't feel comfortable delivering their donations directly to the fridge. So you guys are taking it in at the credit union, right?
Yep, right in our lobby. We have a table. People come in, they put their perishable, non-perishable goods right there.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of get everything all together, and then we basically make one trip out to there to kind of, fill the fridge up. And again, kind of like Lucas was saying, it's a big, really good thing that we're doing to try to, give back to the community. And, having a fridge so close, it's kind of a no-brainer just to be able to, hey, drop it off. Like, we'll bring it right down the road.
Yeah.
Just to show our support that we have for the community.
That's awesome. So you're taking that fridge under, that's your personal mission right there because it's close to you guys. I always hit the one on Portland Street, because it's right over here a few blocks away.
Right.
But that's great that you're taking that food in. And again, you guys are obviously just non-perishable items. But also, I gotta emphasize, since we're going to be hitting temperatures near 100 degrees later in the week, these folks need to hydrate. They need water, Gatorade, stuff like that, and they can drop off stuff like that to
most
Worcester
definitely.
Credit Union,
We're over at 520 West Boylston Street. We've got a table right when you walk in the door. It's pretty full right now. We got to go make a drop off. We're also raising funds too. So you're talking about, perishable goods. We do plan on buying some of those and putting those in the fridge.
Nice.
And definitely drinks, water, anything we can do.
And these fridges have freezers. So you want to get like for my whole life, I've been buying those giant bags of icy pops,
those are good.
They're cheap. There's a ton of them. Keep people cool, keep the kids cool. Juice boxes, juice bags, things like that. One of the things that you guys always say is that when, the money that you put into the Worcester Credit Union stays in Worcester. And can you explain that a little bit? Like, for instance, we say, what's the difference between a bank and a credit union?
So I know we don't have a lot of time, but there's some big differences out there. So banking, you think about it, it's been around for thousands of years, right? Credit unions have been around for, since the 1850s. And it's actually a Canadian invention. People from Canada immigrated down to New Hampshire, to Manchester, and they opened the first credit union in 1909.
Wow.
Okay. They were working at the mills. And the point of a credit union was to have a collective of people that wanted to escape some of the predatory lending practices that were going on. So, as a credit union today, we still believe in that. I think that, our members are our owners, and they control what we do. So, their money goes in, and we lend it back out directly to our communities and our members. So it does stay in Worcester County, mainly in the city. So,
correct me if I'm wrong, is it similar to the Bedford Falls Building and Loan in A Christmas Story?
It kind of is.
Okay, just to give people a point of reference.
Yes.
Yeah. So, credit unions are kind of like banks in some ways where, we're not insured by the FDIC. They insure up to $250,000. We're insured by the NCUA. That's insured up to, all deposits are insured up to $250,000. But we're also a member of what's called the MSIC, and that insures all deposits 100%. So, we're just as safe as a bank, safer sometimes in
Right.
instances.
Yeah, maybe that was a bad example because Uncle Billy lost the deposit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You guys don't have you have string tied around your fingers, so
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's really cool about it too is that when you think about obviously the money that comes into the credit union that goes back out to the community and everything, from everywhere from like equity loans to car loans to personal loans, it's kind of like neighbors helping neighbors in a way when you really think about it. So if you're in the Worcester community, you're banking with us over here, and your neighbor down the road comes in for an equity and he's looking to do a roof, do an outdoor porch or anything. The money that you're putting into the credit union is basically assisting your neighbors as well. So it's cool. It's kind of like I said, like neighbors helping neighbors in a very good way in regard to just like improving not only yourself but also the community around you.
And that's what you mean when you say the money at Worcester Credit Union stays in Worcester.
Yeah, and we're the nonprofit version of a bank. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. So, we don't have, you take some of the big banks out there, they've got shareholders that nobody's ever met, and they're getting dividends every month. And that's where their profits are going. For us, we're not trying to make $1 billion a year or something. We get a net income. It gets reinvested so that we can have lower rates. We've got mortgage programs right now that we've got, I think, one of the lowest rates in the Commonwealth, I believe. Our deposit rates, we try to be as generous as we can. So, we have volunteer board of directors. You look at board of directors for some of the big places, they're making full-time salaries.
Right. They're all volunteer, huh?
They are all volunteer.
Wow. Okay.
And I would say, 3/4 are former city employees, so they know this city.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
good group.
We appreciate you guys coming in, and especially the help with the Woo fridges. And can you give the address for the Worcester Credit Union again if people want to bring non-perishable items by there?
Most definitely. We're at 520 West Boylston Street in Worcester.
Okay. And then they can go to the website, too. There's a website.
Right.
Yep, worcestercu.com. Obviously, everything right there is laid out everywhere from kind of what we're doing to rates, everything that you might have a question regarding. And then obviously, if they have any questions, they can give us a call, 508-853-9966. Ask for anybody in there. Obviously, you could always ask for me, Justin. I got more than happy to, not only talk about any financial needs that they have, but we can also talk about anything regarding the Woo fridge. If they have any questions regarding that, anytime that we might be like swinging out there or, what they can even bring. So always feel free to give a call, and we're more than happy to help in whichever way they're leaning towards.
Well, it's getting to be that time of the month where, every month you guys are very generous and donate money for me to go and get stuff to put in the fridge. And maybe you guys can come along. I'm planning on a market run next week, and we can get stuff for the fridge and make a video.
Sounds
and
great.
I post those videos up, and just to give you an idea of what the fridge, at least the one on Portland Street, looks like. But maybe we can do this one for the fridge near you guys off of West Boylston Street.
No, that's great. And we love your videos. You had such a good sense of humor to it. The first one you did, the public service announcement that